everybody, and welcome to this special on Venus entering out of bounds. So this is a definitive guide about, what happens, how Venus out of bounds can affect all areas of our life. So this year, Venus enters out of bounds on the 11th of June at 6:52 until the 12th of June when Venus enters Gemini, while still out of bounds, but when it enters out of bounds, it's in Taurus. Venus then leaves out of bounds on the 29th of June, so it's there for just over 2 weeks, and then Venus stays in Gemini until the 6th of July when Venus enters Cancer. So now I'm going to talk about all things Venus out of bounds. So when Venus enters out of bounds, this means that it strays beyond the elliptic boundary, followed by most planets and followed by itself normally, and this can amplify the energies and influences associated with the Venus vibration. Venus's energy may become unpredictable or unconventional in its expression, particularly in the realms of love, beauty and relationships, and this is because Venus's energy becomes even more potent and unpredictable when it ventures beyond its usual boundaries. So this can manifest as sudden changes in our relationships, unexpected attractions, or a desire for more freedom and independence. So it's essential to remain attentive to the details, be open-minded and adapt, be flexible at this time, as it can bring both challenges and opportunities for growth in how we relate to others and ourselves. It encourages us to explore new avenues, new ways of expressing our love and ourselves and our desires in bold, courageous and unconventional ways. Venus out of bounds can also influence our perception of beauty, pushing us to embrace our unique attributes and appreciate the unconventional in ourselves and others. So on the practical level, it can have an impact on our relationship with money, possessions and material comfort, and we can experience shifts in our financial situations, unexpected opportunities for abundance and a sort of meeting our expenses can come, or sudden costs, can come. A washing machine may break down and some other appliance, or your car, not wishing bad luck on anyone, but just saying. So try and prepare for the unexpected, but also it's important to stay grounded and practical in your approach to handling these sudden changes and how you use money at this time and in general. So avoid impulsive spending or risky investments. It's a time to assess your relationship with material possessions and money and status and stuff like that, or external sources of validation, and understand that true happiness and contentment come from within, and from understanding yourself, loving yourself, forgiving yourself and stuff like that, self-care and understanding and management and awareness, rather than external circumstances or products and services or relationships, even though, we are bombarded with messages 100 times a day that we can buy this or have this relationship or, fix ourselves externally, and this can lead to internal happiness. But in my experiences, this is all wrong. Yes, looking out after the outside is good, but also finding a balance between practicality and pleasure, you're understanding your values and allowing yourself worth to manifest from within can bring a greater sense of contentment and also financial stability. Why can it? Because you can learn to be happy with what you've got. So when you get more, you can only become happier, and that's the trick. And again, it's a lot harder said than done, but especially when you're not meeting your needs and stuff. But I believe that we can all reassess our finances and lifestyle, make some improvements, and even when things are tight and we can't find any more money, what we can do is change our mindset and find satisfaction in the simple pleasures of life. So what we need to watch out for is that, because again, it's easier said than done to not focus on the material possessions and money and stuff, but doing so can overshadow the true essence of love and relationships right now. So the pursuit of wealth and material success can take precedence over genuine emotional connections, and this can lead to a shallow approach to love and a focus on financial stability rather than emotional fulfillment. And this materialistic mindset can impact financial decisions with a greater emphasis on accumulating wealth, because this is the messages that we get 24/7 online, offline, you know. So we have to sort of be mindful of these external influences that tell us to just focus on monetary gain and accumulating wealth and status, and take a more balanced approach that values both love and money in a meaningful and authentic way. Politically, when Venus is out of bounds, it can indicate a time when international trade agreements are made outside of the usual norms, or when diplomatic efforts take unexpected turns. Leaders and decision makers may become more flexible in their approach to foreign policy during this transit. Psychologically, Venus out of bounds allows us to explore new forms of relationships and express our values in ways that go against, you know, how society tells us to be. And it can bring about a time of personal growth and self-discovery, as it encourages us to break free from our limiting beliefs and embrace our authentic selves. On the spiritual and esoteric level, it invites us to explore deeper levels of self-love and self-acceptance, encouraging us to embrace our unique beauty and express ourselves authentically in the world. Also, when Venus is out of bounds, we have to prepare for emotional roller coaster, because, as I said, we can experience things more deeply right now, and we want to, you know, connect more deeply with others as well. So yeah, because it can stir up intense feelings and emotions, bringing both highs and lows due to increasing sensitivity and vulnerability, where our emotions can also, you know, change, fluctuate rapidly. One minute we're, you know, having moments of joy and bliss, and then the next minute we're experiencing moments of sadness and frustration. So it's crucial to practice self-care and self-awareness during this time, and just allow yourself to process your emotions without judgment. Be gentle with yourself, seek support from others and professionals if need be, and just remind yourself, you know, and keep in mind that the emotional journey can be transformative and an enlightening experience. And although allowing ourselves open to our psychological, spiritual and emotional selves can be scary, but it can lead to, you know, deeper personal growth and understanding of ourselves. And ultimately, you know, that's what life's kind of all about, you know, learning to be at peace with yourself, and for some of you, other people as well. So now I'm going to talk about the positives and negatives and the overall best uses of transiting Venus out of bounds. So overall, as I said, yeah, it can make us more creative, innovative, feel more willing to take risks and express ourselves in more unique ways and think outside of the box. But negatively, we can have erratic behaviour in our love and money matters. Relationships can face unexpected challenges, and financial decisions that we make this time can lead to losses. So, as I said, it's essential for us to remain mindful of our actions and decisions during this time. The best way to use this energy is to embrace being spontaneous in our personal relationships and financial plans, trying unconventional approaches to love and money matters. We can inject excitement into our relationships, which I'm going to talk about in more depth later on. But yeah, trying new activities together, having an open and honest conversations and expressing the affection in unexpected ways. It encourages us to break free from our routine, traditional patterns, and leading, you know, if we're open to it, to deeper connections and greater intimacy with ourselves and others. Financially, the best use of this energy is to invest in innovative and progressive ventures, diversify your portfolios, explore new income streams. It's time to trust your intuition while also being cautious and strategic with financial decisions, embracing flexibility. Just being open-minded are key to navigating the potential up and downs that can come. So now I'm going to talk about the actual aspects that Venus is making this year when it goes out of bounds in June. So it makes a conjunction to the Sun, so it can help with our creativity, emotional harmony, this aspect, giving us more confidence, but negatively we can have more inner conflicts regarding our self-worth, and especially if we seek validation from external things. So this is why it's so important to question your values and go into yourself and try and see why you can't get validation from inside yourself, not criticizing yourself, not judging yourself, but just thinking of a way of how you can get more secure, knowing that for some of you it may take 5 years, for others 10 years, for some 6 months. We all progress at a different rate, but the point isn't about the destination, it's about the journey and starting with that first step or continuing with the steps you've already made. Mercury also makes a conjunction to Venus, so again it helps us with having more smoother dialogues and conversations and working with others, but again can add to our overthinking and miscommunication that can get in the way of our decision making processes. So yeah, Venus also makes a square to Saturn, so this is challenging energy, or it provides a reality check that we need, so it helps us to get real about our relationships and our financial needs, and it allows us to have more a sense of accountability. It can give us a willingness to take ownership over our long-term planning, but negatively, lingering feelings of restriction, loneliness can affect emotional connections and instability within yourself, leading to temporary setbacks in relationship dynamics as well. So just again, be gentle with yourself and be open to the new. Venus's sextile to Chiron allows us to have more empathy, experience more emotional healing and growth in our relationships, but again adds to the sensitivity because of the past wounds and insecurities that can come up. Venus is making a quintile to the moon's north node, so this is sort of energy, but again helps us with being creative and growing within ourselves and our relationships and having more meaningful conversations with ourselves and other people as well. And we can make sort of like more creative plans that support our personal happiness and growth. It can bring about feelings of moments of feeling like, oh, this coincidence has a deeper meaning, it's more serendipitous, and it can just, these little things that happen now can just make us feel that we are moving more in line with our highest purpose. But with Venus being out of bounds, it can just make us be idealistic with our views, especially internally inside ourselves, because as I said, quintiles energies are subtle, so we need to watch out for becoming too focused on our romantic fantasies, having unrealistic expectations which can result in disappointment or disillusionment when the reality does not meet your lofty idealistic sort of like dreams. And again, this can lead to more mood swings and clinginess in relationships, and this can cause tension in our relationships. So it's crucial, important for us to stay grounded and maintain a healthy balance between our aspirations, our goals and the practicalities of everyday life, and by acknowledging the potential for growth and creativity while remaining mindful of the pitfalls of over fantasizing, being too idealistic, and having some self-awareness and emotional intelligence. This can help us develop a sense of realism and open communication in relationships, which can help migrate any challenges that come up during this time. Also, at the time of Venus going out of bounds, there's a stellium. So a stellium in astrology refers to 3 or more planets or points within the same zodiac sign, degree, orb, which is within 10 degrees of each other, or within the same house in an astrology chart. And so this concentration of energy amplifies the traits associated with that particular sign or house. So yeah, the stellium that takes place with the Sun, Mercury and Venus in Taurus within a 15% orb is a concentrated sun of energy related to Taurus, so a concentrated surge of stability, sensuality and material comfort and vibration. So it allows us to be more grounded, practical, and focused on our values and possessions in a more deeper way, not a superficial way. But again, it can bring unpredictability in all matters, because it pushes us to want more freedom, as I said. So we may feel more open to alternative ways of going after meeting our needs of pleasure, beauty and harmony. So it encourages us to explore new ways of expressing and receiving loves, and understanding our values and questioning our values, and being open to new ones and breaking free from restrictions. So it wants us to seek new experiences and push the boundaries of our comfort zones, and by being open to newness, it can bring about a sense of excitement and liberation, as we, allow change into our life. So now I'm going to talk about the Sabian degree that Venus is in when it goes out of bounds. So it's in the 29th degree of Taurus, which rules the deltoid muscle in the main neck, muscles in the human body, and has the Sabian symbology of two cobblers working at a table. So the Sabian symbol of the two cobblers working at a table suggests themes of craftsmanship, paying attention to detail, mastery, self-mastery, collaboration, teamwork, and paying attention to detail being the most important one. So it can increase our sort of like aesthetic sensibilities, and making us more aware of the the simple things and just details in the beauty of the little big things. And it inspires us to be open to the beauty in our surroundings and deepen our connections with others through meaningful interactions, as I said. But negatively, it can bring challenges to us being, superficial in our sort of like journey, pursuit, seeking out beauty and material possessions right now. So this can lead to us being shallow or materialistic in our relationships. Additionally, it can make us more jealous and possessive in our partnerships, and this can amplify the tension or the other aspects bringing Venus being out of bounds can bring anyway. So on the karmic level, again, it wants us to challenge our traditional beliefs about love and money, and how we go about meeting this challenge of Venus going out of bound depends on whether we can gain the deeper understanding of our values that this energy supports. So past lives where someone may have had prioritized love over personal growth, leading to unbalanced karma in their current lifetime as well. So it wants us to deal with those unresolved issues from previous incarnations or past relationships in this life, or karmic lessons where we put money and other things before anything else. So the karmic lesson here is to find harmony between indulging in pleasures and striving for personal development. By embracing the unconventional energy of Venus out of bounds, we can learn to balance our desires with being more practical and resolve past life imbalances. So at this time, it's essential for us to reflect on how our current choices align with our authentic values, and whether we are repeating past patterns of clinging, being possessive and needy, and continuing with our self-destructive ways of thinking, behaving and relating, or if we are being open to the energy that Venus out of bounds wants us to do, which is to break free from our karmic bondage and to look into our relationships, and especially our thoughts about and our values towards status and wealth, and reassess our beliefs. And also for some of you, it can bring intense romantic entanglements, hookups or strange things or financial opportunities that challenge your conventional notions of love and money. So this can be a positive or negative experience depending on how you handle it. So now I'm going to talk more in depth about how Venus out of bounds affects different types of relationships. So in terms of family relationships, it can make us have more harmony in our families. We can be more affectionate, develop stronger bonds, but it can bring about an increased emotions, which can lead to conflicts and unrealistic expectations and exaggerated sentimental reactions. In terms of friendship relationships, positively, we can experience a more deeper understanding and be more supportive and have more meaningful experiences. But negatively, we can have miscommunications that can lead to misunderstandings, and this can temporarily strain our relationships. In terms of co-worker relationships, it allows us to work as a team and have more harmony. But negatively, because of the blurred boundaries between professional and personal relationships, it can cause distractions or off-it gossip, so things can get a bit fruity for some of you during this time, and you may it could be a good or bad thing. Sometimes it's good to blur the lines. Sometimes we're too much business and not enough play, but sometimes we can be too much play and not enough business. So in terms of committed relationships, it can bring more excitement and novelty and reignite passion and romance, good for date nights and stuff like that. But there can be challenges in maintaining stability and routine in the relationship, leading to unpredictability or insecurities at times. In terms of hookup relationships, people can have more exciting encounters because people's need for intensity and thrill and excitement can be high. But negatively, in hookups, there can be a risk of emotional volatility and inconsistency, causing misunderstandings or unmet expectations. For people who are single, it can bring unexpected romantic encounters and opportunities for meaningful connections. And so this period is a time of exploring, experimenting, especially in dating. It pushes you to step outside of your comfort zone and embrace new experiences, but keep your red flag meter on. For people who are self-partnered, Venus's unconventional path can deepen your relationship with yourself, increasing your self-awareness and acceptance as you navigate your inner worlds with newfound clarity and compassion that this energy brings you if you're open to going deeper. So you may find yourself exploring new passions, hobbies and ways of self-expression, and this journey of self-discovery can lead to increased personal fulfillment and a deeper sense of purpose. Even if you think I'm fulfilled, of course you are, but we can always become more fulfilled, and this doesn't mean we have to give up on being happy where we are at now. So in terms of relationship overall, Venus out of bounds gives us a chance to deepen our connections, offering new form bonds of understandings and support. Yet we may also have to weather storms of confusion and temporary discord, disharmony in our relationships, but it can all be worth it in the end if we're open to change. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about how career, personal, spiritual and educational and self-partnered development are positively and negatively influenced by Venus being out of bounds in a lot more depth. So in terms of career opportunities, new doors can open and new prospects and possibilities can be presented, but it's vital to be aware of being impulsive at this time, because this energy can tempt us to make impulsive, hasty decisions or take risks without, considering the full consequences. So it's important to maintain a level-headed approach and carefully weigh the pros and cons before making any career-related choices. And by exercising caution and thoughtfulness, we can use the opportunities that are given for growth and navigate our career paths with more clarity and success. In terms of personal development, it's crucial to choose our actions and words and reactions wisely, because it can make us more sensitive and reactive in our personal relationships and development. So it's essential to practice self-acceptance, love, forgiveness, understanding and emotional intelligence at this time, as impulsive decisions and confrontations can lead to long-lasting repercussions. It pushes us to reflect on our relationships with ourselves, encouraging a deeper understanding and appreciation of who we are as individuals, and we may be drawn towards activities that promote our self-care, such as mindfulness, journaling, dancing, screaming, whatever it is, that helps you feel more at one with yourself. It pushes us to self-reflect and to protect our emotional health and boundaries while respecting others' rights to do so, and just to really understand how self-awareness and love and understanding and management can lead to self-empowerment and more happiness. And we just need to watch out for the temptation to neglect our own needs because we want to people please or just overindulge in spending money, as I said earlier, and the recklessness of this energy. But we also have to be mindful of the challenges that can come up at this time, such as the temptation to neglect our own needs, or allowing external factors to get in the way of our personal development. So remember, we need to just take a step back, assess our emotions, and respond thoughtfully as we navigate conflicts that come up, and let our focus be on creating more healthier and fulfilling connections with ourselves and others. Setting the intention of cultivating a healthier, more loving relationship with yourself. On the spiritual development level, it allows us to find more inner peace. It pushes us to delve deeper into our inner selves, examine our values, beliefs and purpose in life, as I said earlier, and to use mindfulness practices to connect with our higher selves and take time out to explore our spiritual deeper journey, even if you're like, I'm logical, I don't care about this stuff, but so it's also important to remember that we can experience challenges and disruptions to our spiritual growth, but any challenges that we face just require us to be flexible and find new ways of nurturing our inner selves, not give up on the journey of doing so. So in terms of educational development, it allows us to step outside of our comfort zones and explore unfamiliar subjects or ideas, special value-based systems, which is good, and allows us to be open to new perspectives, learning experiences, challenge our existing beliefs and expand our knowledge through continuous learning and being more intellectually curious. And if we embrace being curious, we can develop a more well-rounded understanding of the world and broaden our horizons and develop and cultivate critical thinking skills, which is ever needed in this ever information saturated world. So it's important to recognise that this transit can bring about obstacles and disruptions in your educational plans, but if you remain flexible and find alternative ways of getting new knowledge, you will win at this time. So now I'm just going to finish up with talking about the best things for you to do. So if you're creative, the best thing to do with this energy is to think outside the box and explore new artistic creative techniques and experiment with different mediums and styles and push the boundaries of your creative expression. Professionals should be flexible with any sudden changes that happen in your work environment at this time, staying open-minded to make the most of these unexpected developments that can help with your growth and success. Entrepreneurs should launch new products, rebrand, use this time to innovate their business strategies and revamp their services and be more daring and courageous and alternative, breaking traditional boundaries and venturing into new lands can lead to breakthroughs. Alternative healers should be open to more unconventional healing techniques that challenge the norm right now and offer unique healing outcomes for your clients. It's a time to trust your intuition and to explore uncharted areas of energy work or other holistic therapies that you've not done before. For lovers, this is the perfect time to be open to the twists and turns that can come and to communicate more openly and embrace being spontaneous and break free from your routine or patterns. It's a chance to deepen emotional connections, reunite your passion and create personal growth within partnerships by embracing the unpredictable. Singles can step out of their comfort zones and connect with a diverse range of potential partners, going on speed dating and stuff, staying safe and getting consent and all the rest of it. It inspires singles to take bold actions in expressing their true selves, embracing their uniqueness and being open to unconventional romantic encounters. It's the best use of this time and this energy, being open-minded, adventurous. You may find meaningful relationships or ship that resonate with your authentic desires and aspirations, goals more, you know. So yeah, that's the end of this in-depth guide on what to do when Venus is out of bounds in astrology. Take care and see you next time.